You've been told or led to believe that your heart just wears out as you get older. Well, that's a myth. And today, we're proving it wrong. Your heart isn't a machine with a limited number of beats. It's a muscle that adapts, regenerates, and grows stronger with use. Today, we're going to show you how your heart can function just as well at 70 as it did at 30, if you train it right. We'll break down the latest science, real-life examples, and explain why it's not time that weakens the heart. It's inactivity. That's today on the Personalized Fitness Podcast. Welcome back to the Personalized Fitness Podcast, where we are dispelling the myths of health, fitness, and wellness. I'm your host, Garrett Williamson, president of Personalized Fitness. Thank you so much for joining us today. And as always, if you enjoy this podcast, please like, follow, and share. If you have any questions about today's episode, or, as always, any questions about dispelling the myths of health, fitness, and wellness, you can reach us at 251-278-3343. That's 251-278-EDGE. You can also email me at garrett@personalizedfitness.com. Feel free to visit our website at personalizedfitness.com or connect with us on Facebook, Personalized Fitness, or X at Team PE. Today we're kicking off a brand new heart health series. Over the next few episodes, we'll cover how the heart regenerates, the best types of exercise for heart health, the role of mindset, and why recovery matters just as much as training. But before we get into all of that, we need to debunk one of the biggest myths in fitness. The idea that your heart naturally declines as time passes on a calendar, what most people call age. People treat their hearts like they treat a car engine. If you've only got so many miles before it breaks down, that's not how the human body works, though. Your heart isn't a machine. It's a muscle. And just like any other muscle, it gets stronger the more you use it. We've all heard someone say it. Well, my heart just isn't what it used to be. I can't push myself like I did when I was younger. This assumption is that the heart function declines because of time or age alone. But here's the truth. It's not time that weakens your heart. It's a lack of movement. There's a case study here. The active 70-year-old versus the sedentary 40-year-old. A study from the Journal of Applied Physiology compared two groups. Group number one, active individuals in their 70s who had exercised regularly for decades. Group two, sedentary individuals in their 40s who were mostly inactive. The results? The 70-year-olds who stayed active had better cardiovascular function, higher VO2 max, and lower resting heart rates than the inactive 40-year-olds. In other words, the 70-year-olds' hearts were biologically younger than the 40-year-olds. So let's be clear. It's not time. It's about use. Think of your heart like a battery. If you keep it charged and running, it stays powerful. But if you let it sit unused for years, it starts to drain. The key isn't conserving energy. It's using it wisely. Let's talk about how the heart adapts and regenerates. One of the most exciting discoveries in cardiology is that the heart can actually regenerate itself. For years, scientists believed that heart cells could not repair or renew, but research has now disproven that idea. A study in Science showed that the human heart produces new cells throughout life, although at a slower rate, but that's mainly related, and it's not related to time. It's related to activity, nutrition, lifestyle, and mindset. And here's the exciting part. Exercise speeds up the regeneration process. When you train your heart through aerobic exercise, high-intensity training, and even strength training, you trigger angiogenesis, which is the growth of new blood vessels, mitochondrial biogenesis, which is increasing the heart's energy efficiency, and cardiac cell turnover, stimulating regeneration of heart muscle, just like you do of any muscle. So if your heart is constantly rebuilding itself, why do people still believe it wears out? The real culprit here is inactivity, not aging or not time passing on a calendar. Here's a thought. If aging was the main factor in heart decline, then every 65-year-old would have the same heart health. But we know that's not true. Instead, we see one 65-year-old running marathons, another struggling to walk up a flight of stairs. The difference? Activity, not time. A landmark study in Circulation found that sedentary adults experienced a 1% decline in cardiovascular capacity per year, while active adults maintained or even improved their heart function over time. Also, I want to point out, active adults didn't just slow down the decline, which is what we typically think about exercise. They maintained their strength in the heart and even improved their function over time. If you don't challenge your heart, it gets weaker. But if you train it consistently, it stays strong at any age. You can control your heart health. The message is simple. Your heart does not wear out with age. Your heart regenerates and adapts when challenged, and movement is the key to cardiovascular longevity. And that's why this heart health series is so important. Over the next few episodes, we're going to break down exactly how you train your heart, what types of exercise matter most, and how recovery plays such a crucial role. Here's a little sneak peek of upcoming episodes. In our next episode, we'll talk about the science of heart regeneration. We'll follow up with that in the third of our series, how different training methods impact heart health. And number 4, the mind-heart connection. Now, I'm not going to redo this. I believe we already released this when we talked about mindset and fitness. But there is a strong mind-heart connection. In episode 5, the role of recovery in cardiovascular longevity. Folks, your heart is built to last. You just have to train it right. And that's where it wraps up today's episode, which is the introduction of the Heart series. If you'd like to learn more, reach out to us at area code 251-278-3343. You can email me, Garrett at personalegefitness.com, or visit our website at personalegefitness.com. Feel free to connect with us on Facebook at Personal Age Fitness and also X at Team PE. And as always, with this podcast, please like, follow, and share. Remember, your heart isn't aging. It's adapting for life. And make sure you're giving it the right challenges, because those challenges are just one more way Personal Age Fitness helps you reach your level of wellness. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you next time.